Okay, so I've finished my sales record sheet and I've updated my design sheet. The next thing is there are various totals to calculate, and those are all given under user requirements over here. So if I just move along, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, these are all the things that we're going to try and get our spreadsheet to do. So rather than keep referring to this, I'm just going to take a copy of these because we can delete it. Go to my sales sheet or sales record sheet, whatever you've called it, and just let's just move along. I'm just going to paste them here for now, and then just as I do them, I'm going to just remove them. So the first one here is the total number of each item sold over the 4 years. Right, so this is like a 4-year total. So maybe I'm going to put it over here. So you could call it a 4-year total, or you could call it total number of items sold over 4 years, or doesn't really matter. But whatever heading you give, you're then going to have to give the same heading in your design sheet this time under column K. So total for 4 years. Okay, so again, let's just format that, make it look a bit like that. So I'm going to click here, click there. I might change the formatting. Okay, but what is this? This is just the total number of each item. Okay, so if we just scroll back here and have a look, so this is the first item. That's the price of it. That's how many were sold in year 1. That's how many were sold in year 2. That's how many were sold in year 3. And when they enter it, that will be how many were sold in year 4. So this is a very, very straightforward formula, because all we're going to do is we're going to basically say equals, because that says I'm going to now type in a formula. I'm now just going to scroll along, but you can just use the mouse. So you can see the formula building up there. So it's this number, which is the sales. Then I'm going to put in a plus sign. As you can see, the plus sign appears, and that squiggly line around it doesn't appear anymore. So now I can click on sales for year 2, plus click on sales for year 3, add sign again, or the plus sign, and sales for year 4. So you could type it in, or you can click on it. So on mine, because I'm in column 4, it's C4, E4, G4 and I4. So I just press enter. It works out the top row. Now it needs to be the same for all of the other items, and rather than typing the formula in for every single one, I'm just going to drag this down for my 30 items, and it should actually do that for us. Okay, so that's the first one done. That's the total number of each item sold over the 4 years. So I can delete that from here now, and let's have a look at the next one. This is the total number of items just sold each year, and what that is saying is just saying, okay, just tell us actually the total number that are sold, just the total number of anything. So let's just I'm going to just cut this from here. So Control X to cut it, scroll all the way down. So this is basically saying make the additions down the bottom here, and let's Control V to paste it. So rather than calling this the total number of items, well, that's a good enough thing to call it, total number of items sold each year. I might just make it slightly shorter, total number of items sold per year, maybe I'll say that, but you can keep it as it is. So my first total, remember, there's no point, I'm not being asked to add up the prices, I'm just being asked to add up the total number of items here. Now this is very, very straightforward. So I'm going to click here, because that's the first column I want added up. Click on my sum button and just draw a box around just the numbers that I want added up. So that's C4 down to C34. So I press enter, it puts the answer in here, and I can do the same. I know that I need it for this one, and that's quite good now, because I know which ones I have to add up because they're a different colour. So that really helped. So again, this is drawing a box around the wrong thing, and I know that the box needs to be drawn around these numbers here, and I do the same here. Sum, draw a box around these numbers here, and when it happens, year 4 will also need to be added up, and I know at the moment there's nothing in year 4, so let's just press enter so I get a 0, and I can format this, and I need to then include it in my sheet. So let's just scroll back to the things that we have to work out a total for. So the total, that one I've done, this says the total amount taken in sales for each item for each year. Okay, what that means is how much money have you made selling each item for each year. So that means how much money did you make selling this item for year 1, and for year 2, and for year 3, and for year 4. So we need to have that for 4 years. So I need to have some kind of subheading which says year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. So let's just start backwards. I've got 2011, 2010, 2009, and 2008. Those are my 4 years. So, and again, you can decide how you want to do it. So this is the amount taken in sales. So let's just say sales amount. All right, or actually, in fact, it's actually better to have sales amount written at the top. Whoops. And then have this, the years, written underneath here. I don't know why that error is coming along for me, but there we go. And if I just highlight this and merge it, you know how to do all the sort of mergings now. Merge across the center there and move these into the middle, etc. Okay, now let's work out the formula. Okay, so the amount taken in sales for each item for each year. So I'll have to move that out of the way. Well, I'm working it out now, so it doesn't matter if it gets deleted. Let's just work out what we're going to do for 2008. So for 2008, I need to multiply how much they sell the item for by the number sold. Okay, so that's very straightforward. So it's a formula, equals, so let's go to the price, which is B4, it says B4 up here, times, which is the star button on your keyboard. So you can either find it using, well, it's near the num lock, or you can do shift and the number 8. So times the sales here. So that's what I need. It's worked it out for the first one, and guess what? Again, if I move my cursor right into the corner, I can just drag down for my 30 items. Okay, now I've done that for 2008. I then need to do it for 2009 and 2010. So let's delete that, so that bit's done. And then we can work on the other 2 items. Okay, I'm just going to end this video here because then I can do 2009, 10 and 11, and then show you how to do the other bits. I just don't want to have a very long video, that's all.